Dave Gettleman has a remarkable way of always seeming as though he's explaining something to you that only he understands. When you hear him say that, when you can't force a pick, all that stuff, and that was just a little clip of a very long soliloquy, if you will, from him yesterday. What'd you think?
Yeah, I get that, but the Jets and the Texans and the Chiefs would have something to say about it because they forced a pick. I mean, the Jets went and forced their way up to the top to go get Sam Darnold. The Chiefs forced their way closer to the top, I think 10 or 12 to go get Mahomes, and the Texans did that with Deshaun Watson. They forced their way to go get their guy. And so I understand we're not just going to go chase somebody, but if there's a guy that you really like, you have to go force your way to go get the guy that you need. It's not like a want. You do need a quarterback for your future in New York.
All right. I have two thoughts coming out of this. The first is, what I think he's saying by that, if I were to take it at face value, is if you don't love the quarterback, don't take him.
Sure.
That's what I think chasing it would be. If you don't like him, for whatever reason, they didn't love Sam Darnold last year, they didn't love Josh Rosen, then that part of it I get. But maybe the larger point that I would make here is we need to do away with these press conferences leading up to the draft. What is it exactly we want him to say? Guys, we're desperate. We need a quarterback so badly, we will move heaven and earth to get one. I don't care what happens. If they don't fall to me at 6, I'm getting fired next year, so I'm moving up. I mean, at some point, honesty is not going to work in this circumstance. I don't know why we demand that they talk to us when it is so obvious it is not in their best interest or anyone's for them to tell us what they're actually
thinking. But I also, there's the opportunity for him to go, I'm aware of our situation, and certainly we want a quarterback this year, and there's a bunch of guys, or there's a guy or two that we really like, and the draft moves in so many different ways. We're going to do our best to go get our guy, but we're also not going to hinder our football team moving forward and giving up our future.
But why say that? I mean, functionally, it's the same thing. He can do whatever he wants. What he says is irrelevant at this point, right?
Yes, because at the end of the day, it's how you execute and operate and win games. There's no doubt about that. But there's also a part where general managers massage their fan base and understand that their football team and fan base is looking, what are we going to do? That's a very real question in New York.
I choose to believe that he actually means he's not going to reach in the draft because they're going to trade for Rosen. So
maybe. I mean, look, that fan base, if they wake up next Friday and Dwayne Haskins is their quarterback or Josh Rosen is their quarterback,
Dave Gettleman's like,
we'll have completely forgotten everything that he said.
And that's why it's not a force, though, because I could justify 6, 17, and a Rosen trade as not needing to be forced.
3 opportunities.
And the Rosen trade is by far the least expensive option from a pure financial standpoint for whatever that part of it is worth.